Hello, hello, hello. Oh man, I did it again, didn't I? Let me see. I forgot to change the YouTube. Hey, Sue. Oh, I didn't go live on there. I forgot to change the YouTube thing. Oops, hit my mic. I need to change this thing manually. It doesn't change by itself. Nope, it won't even let me do it on here. Very finicky, I say. Very finicky. Hi, Sheila Tegan. Hi, Mary Sharkey. Hello, April. Hi, Luann. Hi, Sandy Kling. Hi, Miss Linda. And then I'm trying to change something on YouTube. I meant to change it earlier and I forgot. Hello? 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 Oh, it might not let me do it because I'm already... Oh, no, it did. Okay. I forgot to fix the tube earlier. What's going on, peeps? Hi, Shonda. Hi, Treese. How is everybody doing today? It's getting a little bit cooler, It's actually really nice outside right now. The sun is shining. It's not cloudy today, which is nice. So that's always a good thing. But oh my gosh, these flies need to... I'm telling you, these flies are going to... Oh, these flies are going to drive me insane. I can't handle the flies. Flies. Hi, Miss Linda. Hi, Laveda. Thank you for sprinkling. Icky day in Seattle. Good morning, Brioni. Hi, Mac. Yeah, it's really very nice today. The sun is out. It's nice and cool. But the flies and the gnats are in full effect. It's just bananas. But what do you do? Hi, Tina. Yuck all day. Brie, aren't you supposed to be like spring, summer though? Like, shouldn't you be having nice weather? Should be nice now. Now you're getting cloud and rain. Oh no. Hoarders Mega Marathon. What? I get the weirdest messages. So, tomorrow I won't be here because Troy's worker comes, the yearly lady, not the blue hair lady. This is the other lady. She's going to come at 1:00, which is weird. It's the time that I would normally go live. Usually they come in the morning, but she wanted to come last week, and there was no way I was able to function last week and talk to her, so we didn't get spring. It's been so wet and cold. I think we've got one good day. Really? What is this? You opened the new mascara? Thank you. No, the bottom doesn't come out. Thank you. George needs a haircut. I need to cut his hair. Trevor needs a haircut too. Hi, Helen. So today I told you guys we were going to work on the tray that I got at the Hope Chest. I put a very light coat of I didn't spray the bottom yet. You guys know I don't do the bottoms of my stuff until after I'm done because I'm always doing the scraping on the bottom, so there's no reason. It always gets messed up. but before it goes to auction, the bottoms are always done. So I just put Rust-Oleum on it yesterday. Remember I told you the bonding primer, if you're going to use a spray, make sure it's the bonding primer, but best bet is just use the Pentart bonding primer. I just didn't have time to sit here yesterday and use the Pentart. Otherwise I would have, because yesterday it was rainy and needing to spray it was very inconvenient. Hi, Barbara Ross. Hi, Chris. That's all right. I know. It's okay, Barbara Ross. I know. So anyways, so we're going to do that. I pulled out, so the last release from Redesign was all of the A4 fabric tissues, but the A4s are just a tad too small for the tray. So I pulled out one of the ones that were in the Q3 release, I think. And I do realize that all of those are sold out, but they're sold out at Redesign as well. Otherwise, I would have restocked it. You guys know that if something is out of stock, it's almost always because it's not in stock when I go to repurchase it. What did I do with the... Oh, he's seen that I faked that one, didn't he? Hold on, son. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. I wanted to show you. So the order came in yesterday for my decoupage queen. And I thought I took one out of the box, but I guess I didn't. Let me grab it. After I've got all of this lipstick all over my fingers because I missed the tube because I try to fake him out and stick it back in the tube. Have it all over my hands. That's what I get for faking him out. Look. And it's all over the tube now. Okay, there you go, baby. Thank you. I don't need this now. Thank you. Oh, can you close it though? Thank you. All right. So you guys remember I was talking to you guys about the tacky glue, which is in new packaging. If you noticed, a lot of the Pentart packaging has gone from kind of like this, you know, the kind of the colorful, because this is the same glue that I've been hoarding for years. It's this. I did load it onto the website earlier today. I love this stuff. So it's exactly like it says. It's super, super tacky. I like the Express glue as well. So the Express glue is also great glue, but this one is just really, 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 really sticky, almost on the same level as the Decor glue tacky that we use for like velvet powders and stuff like that. Just in the tube. Thank you, son. Hi, Diane Dunkelman. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Angela. So let's get my desk on the screen and let's look at what I was gonna do. So I look all the time because I would like to restock these, but it takes longer for stuff to restock because of having to come overseas. And so I think they really underestimated like how well Q3 would do, because remember now Q3 is the same collection with all of the like the molds that went out really quickly too, with the bright bauble and all of that. So, but this is Q3, and then Q4 is this release that had the A4s in it. Thank you very much. So I was wanting to use, where'd the blue one go? Did I put it away? Did I put it away? What? The heezy weezy? What on earth? I wanted to use the little blue village. I would give, if you, there's something, was this it? I guess I didn't realize I put it way in the pack like that. I kind of wanted to use this one just because I like the blues, but you can see even if after we cut off that little border there, it's going to be quite a bit smaller, which is no big deal. We can do color matching and all that good stuff, but I really don't feel like fussing with all of that. Don't forget these are reversible, so you'll gonna get it, you know, the same color vibrancy on one side as you would the other. What, baby? Your hood? You need to go upstairs and get your glasses, please. So I think we'll do this one. This one is a blue too, if you can tell. It's like a very dark, like indigo blue. So we'll do the church. We'll do the church. Hi, Miss Edie. I'm using the boots tonight. Can't wait. Oh, yeah. I looked at the boots, too, because the boots are cute in landscape. That's so funny, because I actually did put the boots on here first. But like I said, it's just the paper is just a little bit smaller. And I just don't feel like fussing with it today. You guys know that I am all about color matching and doing all of that good stuff, but there's just some days I just don't feel like fussing and getting out all the paint colors and all that stuff. So let's see. We're going to need to paint because this just has a very, very, very light dusting. You can even still see some of the silver around the edges because I don't know what we're going to do out here. If I'm going to put something on top of this because I'm not so fond of the little bumpy bumpies there. So which way do I want the... I want it this way. This little part on this side. All right. So now the other one's a little bit too small. This one's just a little bit larger, which is fine too. So what we're going to do is, unlike rice paper where I can, you know, break down the fibers with my score tool and then just pull it away. I'm not going to be able to do that with this. So, oh, also I restocked all of the craft notebooks as well. Yeah, this one is super pretty. Sorry, I keep getting up. I'm so aggravated with my mail lady, the one that I have grown to absolutely love. She's been sick yesterday and today. I had a bunch of a bunch of orders that needed to go out yesterday. Y'all, look at this picture. I'm so flippin' aggravated. So they decided her replacement, and she sent them a text to please make sure you pick up. They delivered this box and didn't even pick up the boxes right next to it. And I have a pickup order and everything. So if they don't come today, I'm going to have to go drop off all of those packages because those are orders. And she's like, they are so lazy. I'm like, you ain't lying. You are not lying. Like, you set the order right next to all the packages that need to be picked up and you just decided, nah, I'm not going to do it. And then she told me this morning that her other customers that run small businesses as well, that they didn't pick up any of their packages either. So, hi, Patty. Here you go, babe. So, oh yeah, so these are also now back in stock. I absolutely love these very much. So I finally got those back as well. Okay, so let's figure out where we want this, Mama Jamma. Excuse my head. So Okay, we're going to need to get up as high as we can. I don't want to obviously cut off any of that cross, but I want to get as much as that door down here. We're going to lose a couple of the steps. Troy. Is that a hair on your cheek? I know, son. There isn't a day that you don't want a phone case, son. So I still am going to use my score tool. And it's going to probably give me enough that if I push hard enough, it'll probably almost rip through it. Not rip through it, but you know what I'm saying. Excuse my head. I'm trying to be aware of where the bill of my hat is. There goes Onyx. As if I don't need to. Let me scoot back for you. Troy, stop messing with her. I know, son. A phone case. I know. Every day. I got you. Every single day. Get off my Amazon. I'll sit on my phone. Did you see it flickering? The sun is out. The heck? When we were driving home yesterday after I picked up Trevor and I was driving home, all of a sudden, like, in the horizon, there's just, like, lightning. Not straight down, like lightning. It was just a line. Of course, Trevor was looking at his phone or something. I'm like, did you see the lightning? Nope. All right. So if you have a friction pin, you can also just draw. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, see? If this was rice paper, it would have come all the way through. But that at least gives me a good line that I can cut off of. My phone. You tried to snatch my phone. Or you mean from over here? He tried to snatch my phone. If he snatched something from over here, y'all already know he's too quick. I'll figure it out in a minute. All right. So we're going to use, I'm not going to get out my big trimmer. I'm just going to. And then what I want to do is always go a little bit bigger. I should just cut this with the knife, the thing. My blade. Let me score this or burnish this so I can see it better. So I know quite a few of you got these papers or these fabric tissues with the release. I'm trying to make sure I cut it a little bit bigger. I don't want to. Oh, did he take the notebook again? Why can't you keep the notebook in stock, Terry? Well, because somebody likes to take them and write no, 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 no all over the pages. Did you hijack something from me? Huh? So what are you all working on? Anything? You guys working on like gifts and stuff for Christmas or no? What, Bob? Pops? Hold on. I don't have anything. Where's your tablet? This is no. That'll scratch your screen, babe. This is not what you call it. That's not a stylus. You have one of those too that you just got. Miss Linda got you. Well, she didn't know she was getting that for you, but with your gift card. All right. So we got the edges. Obviously, that side's a little bit too long. I don't want to pull out my big one. So we'll just use. What the heck was that? Ay, Troy. Nothing like a little chaos. You hear him laugh? I have no idea what that was, but I'm sure I'll figure that out. I don't know what it was either. Yeah, could you take scissors and do this? Yeah, you could, and it would probably go. You would have been done already, but I don't know about you guys, but I'm not trying to figure out if I can cut a straight line today. Y'all already know I'm too picky to have it getting all wobbly. I don't like the wobblies. All right. Troy, I'm not sure what you're looking for, bud, but you really don't want to, you really don't want to use any of Mom's tools on your screen. Pops. Are you understanding me? Are you hearing the words that are coming out of my mouth? Or you're like, yeah, I hear you, but I don't hear you. I hear you, but I don't want to hear you, Mom. Huh? Son? This is serious. You're not listening to me. What are you looking for? What? I have put them in inventory. What are you talking about? I updated the inventory. Are you saying it didn't update? Well, they weren't even sold out. What do you mean? What? Porque why? All right. I already know the ruler moved down here, so it's going to be a little short. Ay, Chihuahua. Troy, how did you get that? I just told you not to use that on that screen. It's good. It's good enough. All right, let's get a layer of white down. You guys already know I don't like using my good stuff when I'm going to put paint on top of it. So I'm just going to use my Troy. Not that it matters, but I can still see where it says edible arrangements, and so it was upside down. The craft notebooks say that they're out of stock, but they weren't even out of stock. There were still 2 of them. What the heezy weezy? Did I take them all out? There was 2 in stock. And I pulled out some Finnabair glitter. So we can do the roof. So I think that will be pretty underneath epoxy. I don't know, but you're going to mess up your screen. You keep using that on there, bud. I told Trevor this story about Nick and I, the fly. And tell me why he thought it was funnier when Uncle Nick smacked me in the arm than when I told him the story that I smacked Uncle Nick. He just kind of smiled. I was like, oh, you think it's funnier that I got smacked, do ya? I see how it is. Again, I'm not going to worry about painting up top, especially if I'm going to glue something. If I'm going to glue on top of that molds or something, there's no reason for me to paint and then glue on top of paint. Hi, Miss Edie. Thank you for spreading the blessings. I think I love this print. That's why every time I go to order, put in a restock order, I always look to see if they're back. You know it's going to happen, right? They're going to arrive like when everybody's done making Christmas. That's usually what happens. I mean, that's no fault of redesign. That's just everything takes long whenever you're trying to get the containers and stuff from the ports or what have you. Just everything just takes long anymore whenever we're ordering or whenever the distributors are ordering. Okay. It's a good enough base. There's some that probably need a little bit more, but let's dry this and then, oh, this kid is on a flippin' mission. Can you give me back my score tool? And then we'll get this on there, but I want to do, like, Finn has some of her glitters. I pulled out the chunky one that I may or may not use, but you guys already know that one is my favorite. Her glitter. I love her glitters. Hey Sue, can you watch it? Hello. Hi Jeanette. I really don't know. I want to put like a really pretty mold or something out here. I don't like this, but we can definitely cover it up. You know what? I'm not good at it at all. I have quite a few jelly plates, but I'm not good at it. I think I've maybe had one print that I was absolutely like so proud of myself over, but I haven't played with it enough to like get the layering and, you know, do all of that so that it comes out proper. I am in awe of the folks that do it though. Hi Lori, I've seen like when they layer. Oh, was it? Yeah. It always amazes me when they can layer like pictures from like a magazine, you know, and have like that and then the paint. So, oh, I think it's amazing. But I haven't really played with it enough to figure out the art of it. All right. So where there are little sparse areas, I'm not gonna, well, let's see. Is it white there? Probably is, isn't it? I was going to say I wasn't going to worry about it because the trees are there, but I cut off most of the tree, and sure enough, I can see that. Oh my gosh, I have a funny story for you guys. You know me and my stories. So last night, it was 8:40, almost 8:45. I'm getting a phone call. You guys all know how much I love to talk on the phone. So I'm getting a phone call. Oh no, baby, that heat gun is too hot, Papa boy. That one is too hot for Troy. Let's not and say we did. Anyways, so usually I don't answer the phone, but it said well care something or another on there. You got it? You need help standing up? You got it? So I answer the phone and she goes, "May I speak to Toy?" Just like that, right? And I was like, "I'm sorry, who?" And then she's saying it again, and she's like, Tori. And I go, "Who?" And she says, Teri. And I go, "Terry?" And she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Terry." And I said, "Speaking, how can I help you?" And she's like, "My name is so and so and so and so from Well Care, so and so and so and so. Can you please verify your name for me, please?" And I said, "No." And she goes, "I'm sorry." And I said, "No." She goes, "Are you saying that you don't want to verify your personal information?" And I said, "You got it. No." "You can't even say my first name and you want me to verify?" "No." And she goes, "Okay, let me just put that into the computer." So she's typing, does not want to verify, and she's reading. She's one of those that when she's typing, she's reading out what she's typing, right? Does not feel comfortable verifying personal information on the phone, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so she goes, "Okay, ma'am, since you're not comfortable verifying your personal information, get this. Since you're not comfortable verifying your personal information, I can't help you." "You called me." And I said, okay. And she says, so if you need any help or assistance, you can call us back at whatever number she gave. Our hours of operations are Monday through Sunday from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. It's almost daggone near 9 o'clock. Just, y'all, don't play with me. Why are people trying to play with me? It's like, okay. Thanks for calling me, for not helping me, and after hours. Got it. Yep. Got it. Next time you call me, I'll feel more than comfortable with giving you my social security number, birthday, license, and everything else. Well, she said, since you don't want to verify I can't help you. But I didn't ask you. You called me. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Oh, yes. People, you gotta be a little bit more clever. That's why I kind of answered it too, because it was weird to me. First of all, like, I thought you weren't supposed to call after 8 o'clock. So you guys know I like using the 3D gua shell. So I was very like curious as to like why am I getting a phone call right now? It was very interesting. But then it just took the cake for me when she was typing. First of all, I don't think my name is, it's not like I had like a really uncommon name. I mean, she was struggling. Tori, and it wasn't even Tori didn't even come out. It was like tur. And I was like, what are you saying? At first I thought she was trying to say Troy, and then I thought, there's no way you don't know Troy. And then I'm like, there's no way she doesn't know Terry. Like, what the world? But no, it was me. It was my name. She said Teri. I'm like, oh, Lordy B. That's me. That is me. All right, so I'm just going to, I only put a little down. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm trying to gently pull. It looks like it's a little short on this side, but I'm going to put a border in there anyway, so I'm going to try not to obsess like I usually do over it. Just, go with it. Yeah, I thought it was. Oh my God, she called you. I know. I'm sorry, I can't help you, ma'am, since you don't. Like, I'm going to try that. Does that work? I don't even know, like, what kind of call, because I asked, I said, what is this in regards to? Because it said well care. So I didn't know if it was, like health something. I don't know. I don't know. Like, usually, like, it would come up as like a spam blocker or something, but the name actually came up on my phone. So I don't know. It was just funny. It was already funny that she couldn't figure out my name, which, okay, whatever. Maybe it looked odd to her. I don't know. And it was somebody who spoke English. It wasn't like it was a foreign country calling or something. At least, I don't know. The person, she spoke English. And Nick was sitting there, and he was at his computer, and he was watching something. So he had turned it down. So, because obviously I was on the phone, so he had turned it down. And when he heard my side of the conversation, he kind of looked over at me, and he was just as confused. So I don't like using, obviously, the cloth side because this is a fabric tissue. Troy, where are you? What are you doing? Are you okay? Jiminy Christmas, this kid, man. Oh, Lord have mercy. Could you guys hear that? Big old crashing. Anyways, I was saying I don't like using the felt side because of it being the fabric tissue. It's going to come up on that side of your felt, and then obviously because it's the 3D gloss gel, it'll make it hard. I've been on the phone. Is this tissue paper you're using to decoupage the tray? April, it's called fabric tissue from Redesign with Prima. You can find various designs in the store. I'll show you what a different one looks like, just so you can get an idea, but it's the fabric tissue. So not your traditional rice paper, right? And these particular ones are reversible, so you can use it on either side. I have a funny story. Yesterday, I got up, showered, and did my makeup for my doctor's appointment. I had a little time before I needed to leave and decided to double check the time. When I did, laughed and looked at my husband and said, "Wrong date." Oh my gosh, don't you hate that? He's something, Mary Casey. I tell you what. It's on it. Hi, Jackie Bates. Hi, Roxanne. Aw, still at work. Terry, I can't remember what you used to put under the tissue. I used to know, but it left my brain. 3D gloss gel. But I am trying. Mac, I didn't forget about you, by the way. I need to order in quantities of 3. I just looked over there for you. Where were you over there? What are you, Houdini? So I need to order in quantities of 3. So I'm trying to get the order, and I have to hit an order quantity minimum as well. So I was waiting for some other stuff so I could put together what the order. And long story short, I should be able to get it in this week because they did a big Black Friday blowout sale, so it kind of messed up the inventory. But I like using this, the 3D gloss gel, but this one is glossy. You've seen this type, yeah. Yeah. So I didn't forget though, because I want to bring it in for you, but although they ship to me really quickly, it's a little more tricky with them because I have to hit an order quantity minimum, and they have to be in multiples of 3, which is not a big deal. But the other stuff I need it in stock. All right, let's wipe up the excess on the walls so that I don't have problems with painting later. I know that one's going to pull away, and it's because if you can see it, there's excess up there that I want to cut. So I'm not putting it down all the way right there because I want to cut the excess off of that corner. Because even if I do put a border on there, it's going to come above the border. I must have did something funny with that paint right there. All right, so let's dry this a little bit. Now, I don't, even though I use this as a base, I don't use it as a top coat. So we will put a top coat over it. But I want to dry, especially in this corner here, because I want to cut that. It's just literally an 1/8, maybe. But that's going to be so pretty. And with epoxy over it, and we put some like sparkle under here. Oh, yeah. Oh, does it feel like kind of like slimy? Rochelle? Hi, Rochelle. You can take a screenshot of the QR code there that I just put up on the screen, and that will also take you to my shop. Or you can hit exclamation chaos. That's too big. Exclamation chaos will take you to the shop. Exclamation new will take you to the new stuff in the shop. I'm going to actually just use, I don't want to get carried away, and so I'm going to. All right, now let's get that corner down. All right. Ay, 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 ay. Yeah, that greasy feeling. I've done that. You know when you put like too much of like a leave-in, like oil or a leave-in something, and it gets to the point where it's too much. How come that new didn't work for you, Levada? Did it not give you a message? I'm gonna tell you, if the book doesn't quit turning off my shortcuts, we're gonna have to have words. Like, quit turning off my shortcuts. Because I'm gonna bet it's turned off again. Oh, they just removed it. What on earth? Okay, hold on. Now try it, Laveda. Can you try it? Hit exclamation new and try it now. God, if I have to remember to turn on all of the things every time. Okay, so I don't know why I didn't check this before I went and did all of that. No, I did it on my phone. Huh? See what? There it goes. See how they do me? Let me stop complaining before all of a sudden it disappears again. All right. So before I put on a top coat or anything like that, well, no, actually, let's put on a top coat first. Let's put on a top coat first. I'll be good and work properly, not lazily. What top coat do we want to use today? Preferably one that I don't have to take out of inventory. Well, I don't know why it does it. They take it off and then I have to go fussing with it and turn it back on, and I don't know. All right, so we're just going to use the water-based Pintart glossy varnish, and we're gonna go you may have to think about because I need to also paint the wall, but I'm thinking like a deep hunter green or this indigo up on the wall. I don't know. But I want to do gloss. Let's look. Should we do? I almost feel like we should do clay up here, because if we do clay up here, then I can get the clay to mold into the little rivets. If I do like a would you bin trim, it's gonna be a lot of pushing and smushing to get it to go flush. Does that make sense? Oh, sorry, Karen. Hello, Karen. Pintart Glossy Varnish, just the water base. So if we look at let's look at our trims and see what kind of trim do we want up there. Because I think if we did some clay, it would be easier for it to mold. And I just have a feeling pushing a woodgie bin down on there is not. Ooh, what if we did? Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Okay, let me see. Ooh, there go the knees. You heard my knees the other day. So we have the good old decoupage queen. The reason why this got my attention is because when I looked at it at first, those look like little crosses in there. They're not though, but that's what got my attention when I pulled that out. Ow, owie, 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 owie. But now I realize that but that's not the same. This is not. This reminds me of like a candy cane. You know what I mean? And I think it's prettier. Wait, which one is this? 2, 3. Where's 1? I'm missing number 1. Hi, Lori. You're welcome, Karen. I'm missing number 1. We know that number 4 is that big Mama Jamma. I don't want to do 4 on here because 4 is the big Mama Jamma. We don't want that one. Oh, what is this one? This is LeBlanche. Oh, that kind of looks like crosses too. What are you? What are you? Oh, Lordy be. Okay. Well, these kind of look a little Christmassy, though. Or they could be interpreted as a little Christmassy. That one might be pretty. Or that one has, like, leafy leaves. But that's really big. These are tinier. Nah. Mwah. Not going to be wide enough. All right. So, here's what I'm tinking, y'all. I like either the trimmings one, I don't know. No, I changed my mind. See, those look like little crosses too. And it doesn't have to be crosses, I'm just saying, because it's a church. Got my attention. Are you calling me a wacko? See how she is? Look at his hair. Come. Look at his hair. Y'all. Troy, you're killing me, Smalls. You are killing me, Smalls. All right. The best clay ever. We got to get our Joby clay. If you are a pro at clay, you'll love Joby clay. If you are not so comfortable with clay, Jovi clay is very easy to work with. I don't want to get my hands all messy and have to go to the sink and wash my hands, so I am going to put gloves on. But however, if I'm just sitting here doing my own thing, I don't wear gloves to work with clay. I couldn't believe we walked around the corner sticking straight up like that. All right. Howdy. Howdy, partner. Excuse me. What's up, Doc? What, Bubba's? I know, son. You want a phone case. I know this. Y'all, let me tell y'all about your boy Troy. Okay? Let me just tell you about this boy. So, I told you guys that we're going to have a problemo, right? Because baby brother... Hey, no. Troy, you have like 7,000 of these. Serious. This is for the store. This is serious. No, it's serious. This is serious. Stop messing with me. So anyways, brothers' gifts are starting to arrive. Okay? And yesterday, we had an Amazon delivery. And all of the... I'm taking that all out of your envelope. I'm taking that out of your monies. If you open that, that's going to tap into your weekly budget, dude. So I grabbed all of the packages off of the porch, and I ran them up into my room, okay? And I blamed Uncle Nick, and I said, these are Uncle Nick's. No. Okay? So, ran them in to my room, ran them into the closet, came out, and I was like, those are Uncle's. Troy, serious? No! Heck to the no. H-E double hockey stick, no. Give it to me. Because even if I tell you no and I hide it from you, you're going to find it. Jiminy Christmas. You're worse than me taking stuff out of inventory. The only thing is Sue doesn't yell at you when you take things. God. So I put everything in my closet. Mind you, Troy has already made a mental note that all of this stuff is in my closet, right? Okay. Hours go by. Okay? Hours go by. Uncle Nick leaves for work. Troy comes busting into the room at like 10:30 when he knows for sure Uncle Nick is gone, right? When he knows for sure Uncle Nick is gone, he comes busting into the room, and usually he comes over to me because he wants to tell me that he wants a phone case. Nope, he bypasses me. Oh no, sorry guys, you found? No. You found the box with all of them, Troy? No. Now, you can't do that. You can't be, like, taking all of this stock, bro, Houndski. No. Mm-mm. So, anyways, he bypasses me and goes right into the closet and grabs the Amazon packages. You guys, this mold I have not used, so give me a minute. So he bypasses me and he goes right into the closet and he starts grabbing out all of Brother's packages, right? So now I'm fighting with him with no Uncle Nick to blame anything on and save me, and trying to get him back in the bed. Okay, so I get him back in his room. He's mad as all get out because he is convinced that there's a phone case in there. Okay, and then this morning, I find him, hi Cindy Truitt, in my closet again. I got smart though. I put all of the packages underneath the a comforter that's in my closet. Oh yeah, see? That's gonna look so much better. And I don't mind the little beading out here. I just don't like this little ripple that we have going on right here. Okay. So, anyways. So he's standing in the closet and he's standing still and he's just like surveying the closet. He knows it's in there. He knows it's in there, right? And he's surveying the closet. So once again, I go in the closet and I'm like, what are you doing? There's nothing in here for you. Come out. So comes out. He knows. He knows he needs to get back in that closet because he hasn't seen, I know Troy. He hasn't seen the empty bags being thrown away. You know, the box that he observed has not been thrown out. So the next thing you know, I hear, ah, that's excitement. I don't even have to think about where this boy is. I go running upstairs. Tell me how come he found it underneath the comforter and all of the things that were on top of it. So here we go again, having to get George out of the closet. Y'all, telling you, this boy, I don't know how he finds things. I can give directions to Trevor and Nick. It's in the cupboard, on the left side, underneath the blue plate. Right. Nope. They can't find it. Troy? He'll find it anytime I don't want him to find it. Okay. So the really cool thing about IOD is they have connectors, so you can make them be continuous. Even if you don't have IOD, you can make any mode continuous. You know, when you're taking it out, just leave a portion of it in and then, you know, continue it. You know what I'm saying? So you would leave like a portion of it right here and then add your clay to it and then take that out. And again, leave a portion right here, add your clay to it. So that way it will be continuous. Okay. So if you don't have IOD, you can still make any mold continuous. All right. And then you guys already know that I only trust my heavy bulky gel, but I have in my right mind to use my I won't. Yeah. So, anyhow. 2 words. Floor safe. Y'all, I already knew when I heard that. I was like, oh, he found it. Doggone it. All right, so we're going to use Heavy Body Gel Glossy. The best glue for anything. Lightweight, heavyweight, what have you. But in the same token, if it's something that you're going to want to remove later, don't use Heavy Body Gel because you're not going to get it off. Okay. I'm going to kind of leave that corner like that because we're going to probably have to miter the corners, which is going to be fine because of the way that this is shaped. So now this is what I was talking about. Because it is clay, it's going to be, I'm going to be able to push it down, obviously delicately, onto these little riveting designs here and make sure. Hey now. All right. Oh, yeah. He knew. I know him. He already knew. He's like, it's in this closet. I know it. It's in this closet. I know she's put it in here. Let's take it. So now I'm mixing these two, which I try not to do. Let's take it off here. And then we'll connect that. But okay, so it's funny and it's not funny, right? So it was funny that he busted in the room because that I'm used to. He always comes in the room. And when I say busted in the room, like I don't shut the door so he can't open it, but I do shut the door so the dogs don't go out because you never know what Onyx is going to be up to. You know. So usually when he comes in the door, he comes to me with his bright phone and shows it to me because he's telling me that he wants, you know, phone case. Okay, so some of it's going to show and some of it's not. Do I care? I'm talking about the little beading here. I don't really think I do. We'll just embrace it. Because I don't care enough to like try to cover it all the way, like put it on top. But it doesn't bother me that there's a little something coming out. Plus, anyways, whenever it'll just be more for the be more for like the antiquing gels and stuff like that. What's happening to catch on to? Okay, so obviously you see this one got all kind of combobulated, so I'm just gonna put that back in there and repress it. Son, you almost put it in the Heavy Body Gel, but I'm telling you, I have a feeling even if I put them in locked cabinets, Troy would find a way to like get in there. But yeah, I do. What I need to do is, because you guys know, like there's the baby lock handles on all the knobs so that Troy can't get out because he doesn't know, obviously. He doesn't get that if he goes walking in the street that he can get hit. So he cannot get outside of the door. So I need to put one of those baby lock things on my closet door, just at least for the holidays. Because he now is going to be thinking that all the things are going to get hidden in there. All right, let's deal with this edge here first. Was that in there? Did I really do that? Because I want to see what I'm going to have to do for... Hey, wait, whoa. All right, let me see your pudding, babe. Because we're going to have a couple of cuts there. Let me see, Pops. Right, Sheila? I'm already nervous that he's going to find a way to get those books you put up. Oh, no. I will move them when I get off of here. Because you guys remember I told you guys a story of how he took this chair? There was something up there at one time. Do you guys remember what it was? I don't know. There was something up there, and he took this chair, and he rolled it up over there to get it down, and I about had a heart attack. But I was trying not to yell so that it didn't scare him. Seriously, you guys? But I will move them as soon as I get off of here. They don't belong up there anyways. They will go where they belong for inventory. Like, that's not cool, y'all. So we're going to, just as always when we miter, we're going to leave it a little bit longer. So that way I can have extra there to cut. I know you guys think it's funny, but can y'all stop? Goofballs. Hold on a second. Save that one for that side. Got too much mess going on here. It's driving me a little bit nuts. Yeah, we will. I can't remember what it was. There was something that I had put up there. Probably was my tablet. I'm thinking it was this tablet because I used to put this up there. And there was one day I had come, and he was reaching up there, and just like the fence story, I didn't want to scare him and start yelling at him. So I was trying to quietly creep up on him so that way I can hold on to him, just, grab around his waist like I always do when he's up to no good. I'm pretty sure it was that because I never put my tablet up there again. But yeah, he will climb, which is the craziest thing ever. He has no fear, unfortunately. It's not a good thing. Alright, that's not going to be long enough, unfortunately. Not the way it is. So let's cut that one off there. Those should probably be, the same size. And then I want to take it right at the corner there. So that it makes sense, and then it doesn't look too crazy. And then let's push this down now. I don't know. I'm just gonna smooth out. Now, obviously, with clay, it just naturally cracks. So you guys already know I have my fan going full blast over here, so it's already drying out the clay. So as you're still working with it, if you want to, dip your finger in water and rub them out while you're still working with it, you can. But just know that it's clay. You're going to get cracks. Where we have like there, here, it's probably going to split. So we'll kind of go back in with some water in a bit and join them the best we can. Yeah, because see, I want that corner to be there, so. Let's just put these two in there, and then we'll let me add a little bit underneath because we're going to get that line in there if I don't. And then Nick was saying, like, out there on the fence where he climbs, he's going to put, like, a little board there so he can't stand up on that ledge. Because I guess Nick came home one of the days on the weekend, and sure enough, he seen Troy. He was standing on that little ledge with his little head popped up over the fence, and he was like, I said, see, that's what I was trying to tell you that day when I went out there and caught him like that. Watch out, baby. Watch out. No. I know, Troy. Watch out. All right, and then let's cut I know, son. I know. I know. Oh, heck no. Samsung Galaxy S24. That's what we've moved to now. I see it. Hi, Joanne. Yeah, he's too smart for his own good sometimes. It's the fact that he doesn't have that fear, though, that always gives me a nervous breakdown. Because he doesn't realize that he can get hurt, you know? With his little daredevil actions. All right, let's make sure this is not wobbly. I really like that around there. It almost looks like, I don't know, like it could be like fresh bread or something that it just, obviously because it's not painted, but I think I just like how chunky it is. What on earth? Y'all need to quit dropping things because... Oh, thanks. I can have my score tool back now. Thank you kindly. I appreciate that. That is one thing that I don't have like a quadruple of, son. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Knock on wood, Mary Casey. Not in a very, 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 very long time. That's why I always say, oh my gosh, Troy, that's a lot of lotion, and I can't help you. Rub them. Like this. Rub. Rub, 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 rub. Tops. Other one. Yep. Now rub, 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 rub. Good. Again, top. Yep. You gonna be nice and soft. But that's why I always say like he is definitely a child of God, because if there's one thing, he watches over Troy like no other, because there are some things that Troy does that he should have gotten hurt, or he should have gotten cut, or he should have gotten burned, or he should have, you know what I mean? It's just like, and I thank God that he has not, but it's like a miracle. Even before he used to be able to walk, he was going up and down stairs. How is that? I don't know. Just like now, I mean, he might be able to walk, but when he goes up and down stairs, he needs to hold on to the rail or something. And the fact that he can carry a million things in his hand and still go up the stairs gives me a nervous breakdown every time. Especially when I see him coming down the stairs and he's got his drink and the computer and something else. And I'm just like, bro, you can't do that. Don't do that. What, Bob? What? What did you spray on there, Troy? Don't spray your phone, you goof. What did you spray? Why do you always do stuff when my hands are like this? What did you spray on there? Alcohol? Okay. No, 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 no. Mama's hands have. Look, look. I know. I know. But you want me to do. Troy. Rest your neck, T-Rex. Take a chill pill, man. Take a chill pill. There's no wipes right there. All right. What I'm noticing is as I'm sitting here and the clay is getting a little drier and drier, like I can see that gap is starting to come out. So I'm just going to take my silicone brush and since these were the first pieces that we put down, it's starting to firm up. So I'm just going to go in here with a lot of water and get those to marry up together. And then anything that I kind of want to work out now, I will. But like this one especially where we joined it. And then if we need to make some slip tomorrow and fill in anything, we can. But just going in with a little bit of water sometimes and joining them like that will help. And sometimes they may not even split if you've got it just enough and you've connected them just well enough. So yeah, you guys can see. You see here is a join. Obviously, also, you know, because of wherever there is a corner or whatever you want to call this. So I'm just going to go in. There's a water bead. You see the bead that's on there? So I actually put a bead of water that's on there. And then I'll go in with a very light hand and just blend them together. But don't do it dry. It doesn't even matter. If you want to use your finger, you can use your finger as well. But just don't do it dry. So now I don't know if you can see that, but we join that together. And you can see how it's starting to crack right there. I mean, if chances are it's going to crack, but if you want to take the time now to work out those cracks, again, just take a bead of water. Again, it's a very light hand and a lot of water. Clean water, by the way, not your brush water. Don't put soap in it. So you see now you work those cracks out. Yeah, it is, Nicole. The what you call it, the edible arrangements. Thank you for the stars very much. Thank you, thank you. So again, this is the other join. There's a crack right here. That's not the join. This is the join here. And because of the design, right, of here looking like, you can lean into that and make it a line there. I do have the silicone brushes in the store. I'm pretty sure I still have some. They're blue, but it's the same ones. I use them both. I usually pull these because I can see these. They're taller in my brush tray than the blue ones. But seriously, I'm only doing this just because you guys, I'm showing you guys, but I usually wouldn't even worry about these cracks. I quite like them. All right. Now the last one is this one here. I don't know if you can see, but there's quite a big step here from, because of the way the pattern goes. So there's a big step there. So I'm not going to try to make that flush. I'm just going to, I don't care that you know, I just want to blend together wherever it meets and take off this harsh corner in the back as well. All right. Now, I will tell you that my clay is cracking a lot more here than when we set it out, because I've been working with this same ball of clay that has been sitting out here in the air. Where did Troy put my water bottle? So let's just put a little bit of water on this and then re-knead. But if I had my water bottle, I would just spray it. But that's why here is already cracking a lot quicker than what was happening up there. It's just because I haven't been putting this back into the package as I'm continuously doing the molds. Troy, do you have Mama's water bottle? Do you have the water bottle for your hair? The water bottle pops? Is it in the bathroom? I know, that's what I was saying when I got the tray, that I'd never I've sent edible arrangements to folks, but I've never actually received one. So I'm thinking this had to be like an office party or something, because that's like it's huge. I couldn't imagine how much that would cost if it wasn't like, you know, for a company or something like that. So you see, by kneading it a little bit and adding just a little bit more water back to it, it's not as, that was my nail. It's not, you can see the difference already. It's rehydrated a bit, so, you know, you can be better about putting it back into your bag with each use, which I quite find is a pain, but again, I'm going to cut them a little bit bigger just because I like to be able to, let's get this one down first because it's small, because I like to be able to have enough room to miter it. And I've said it before, I prefer to miter rather than just doing like a blunt cut. I don't like that look to make the box, cuts. But that's just my preference. You absolutely do whatever is easiest in your preferred method. All right, once we get this mitered, we're going to need to check that for wobbly. Can't wait to have a few weeks off from driving. Because at least when Trev was in school, whenever he had, like, done with a semester or in school, he had, summer break or whatever. But now, there's no breaks from driving, and they don't take off every holiday. So it'll be nice to have, I don't have to rush. Hey. Yeah, right? Like a party. It had to be some type of party, something or another, because that's a lot of fruit. He didn't bring me my water bottle. Turkey lips. You like the look of the miter, but on some projects it looks, the other way looks better. Yep. I think it also depends on like what you're using too. Like sometimes it might just be better to do the blunt, the box edge. All right. Let's get that on there. That one down. Is anybody done with their Christmas shopping yet? Is anybody doing like a lot of shopping for Black Friday? There's a couple of things that I want to see if they come up on like their pricing for Black Friday, like a couple of electronic things. Nick hasn't given me his list yet, which he's about to get fired because I put him on notice like a month ago to get his list together. It was probably longer than a month ago. You make it look so effortlessly cleaning the clay off of the palette knife. I usually pull up too much when I try it. Are you talking about here, Miss Jackie? Is that what you're talking about? Are you saying you pull up the clay when you're trying to get the excess off like this? Do you use cornstarch or do you use baby oil or do you use anything at all? All right. I will tell you something that I have learned, and I'm surprised I didn't have more problems with it. Whenever my palette knife gets gunky and dirty like that, it also catches the clay and it'll yank it up. The angle of your palette knife really matters. I know a lot of people, because especially like when we stencil, at least when I teach somebody, when you're stenciling, you want to hold your palette knife at a 90-degree angle because if you do it flat, it picks up the stencil. But when you're doing a mold, if you do it at a 90-degree, you've got way too much pressure, so you're almost inevitably going to dig it up. Uh, what's nice about like the IOD molds is they have that little border, and the redesign molds have it too, and somewhat the LeBlanc, not redesign, Decoupage Queen has that border, so you can kind of use that border to use it, and it needs to be flush. Sometimes you're a cornstarch person, so sometimes if you dust, like you'll see me dip my finger in my baby oil and kind of put it on my palette knife, that helps it as well. But a lot of it is you really want to sit flush, and don't be afraid to like make sure that you're pushing down that palette knife and it's making contact with these borders, and then run it across. But it needs to be flat. You can't have, because I find that when you're at an angle and you dig, it pops up the clay. That was so dangerous. I can't believe I just did that. Can't believe I just did that with that piece. Okay, so let's make sure this one is not all kind of crazy looking and wobbly. That piece I did not overlap at all, which is bizarre that I did it like that. All right, and then let's get this water. And I don't know if you guys heard me earlier talk about the corner. You see how that corner is really harsh? It just happened to be, and all of the corners were like that because I'm basically cutting off like where the points are. So I don't like that, right? So this one is really harsh. So I'm going to take it off with my palette knife. And then I'm going to come in with the bead of water and round that. And then let's good to know about the palette knife on molds. Yeah, you know, it's the one time because it's reversed. Whenever you're doing a stencil and you go flat on the stencil, it lifts the stencil up and then crap gets underneath the stencil and then it makes for a muddy whole mess and everybody gets frustrated. But with the when you're doing it on with clay, you really, really, really want to make sure that it's flat. So, and you don't have to use, I will tell you, because I've been using clay so much, I'm a lot more confident. But when you guys see me put the clay down on the molds, you don't need that much clay. I'll just be honest, I'm lazy. So you can make a much smaller noodle because you see when you push it down in there, there's quite a bit, right? So typically you can make smaller noodles. So, because usually when I put clay in a mold, it looks like that. But it's because I'm a lot more comfortable with clay and I know I'm going to get all of that off. But it would be easier if you're working with an amount like that. Okay, so that way you're not dealing with so much. I also find that when people are having a hard time getting it to release, a big mistake is trying to start from out here, because what's going to happen is it's already want to lift on you, right? So I know when I've gotten a lot of clay in there because I'm being lazy and I didn't roll the noodles small enough, a couple of things will go wrong for me if it's not releasing. A couple of things is if I've done this so many times, like we went around the clay, and there's so much of that clay buildup on here, and I can't get it to lay smooth, it lifts up the clay. Okay, so you'll see I'll stick my finger in oil and I'll grab the sides and I'll do this, and that's just so that it'll glide for me. Okay, that's one way. Another way to do it that will be helpful is if you kind of come in the middle. Now when you're coming in the middle, you're gonna almost have to start out at a slant in order to get it under there, but that slant needs to be just for a quick second and then back flat. Does that make sense? So if you're having problems starting from out here, like this is going to give me a problem if I start from out here and it's got so much grip out there, okay? So if you're going to start from the middle, it might be easier for you to start in the middle. You're going to want to come in at a 90 just for a second and then go flat. Even if you just now made a little dent in there for you to start, now you're going flat and flush. I'm putting pressure. I'm not just kind of going, oh, let's see what can happen here. I'm pressing that palette knife flat and I'm pushing. Okay? So I'm putting pressure on the palette knife. There's no easy being light-handed with it at all. Does that make sense? So try that. Try not maybe starting out from the edge all the time. Maybe come in, and start from the middle and go out. And then, again, don't let it, when it starts to have too much clay buildup, it also will give you, for me, it makes it harder for me. So maybe put a little bit of cornstarch on your palette knife just to kind of get it ready and slick, and then come in. And then whenever you guys just see me smooth, I just am putting water and smoothing out the back, because I don't like when it's all uneven and crazy back there. And then, flip and roll, right? So, all right, let's clean up this mess. So hopefully that helps. But I will tell you, the biggest thing is, when you're rolling your noodles and you see the size of your mold, you're better off rolling a smaller noodle and having, not a whole ton of excess clay in there to fight with. I do that a lot because I don't know, I just pull out clay and just not think about it and just kind of slap it down on there and deal with it. So, of course, hopefully it gets a little bit easier. The only brand of clay that I use is the one that I sell in the store, and it's Jovi. And I have used many clays. I used to use DOS all the time. DOS, however, DAS, however you guys want to say it. And I would use that, and I always had problems with it because it's too wet. It's not user-friendly, especially for beginners. Jovi is just the right consistency. It's not too wet. It's not too stiff. It's very easy to work with. So I only use Jovi unless I'm doing something to, like, whenever we were doing the sculpting and I used a different clay or whatever. But I have used all kinds of different air dry clays, and something that the only one that I will recommend is Jovi, and I used it way before I sold it. I used to buy it off of Amazon before I was able to get it from TH Decor. That's how long I've been using it. So obviously we did a little varnishing prior to, so we're able to, not worry about any of the clay or whatever on there. But I really think the border ended up being pretty fitting for this. I am glad I did this one. And again, I think, what did I say? Was this one 2? 1? I don't remember. Where is it? So this is the trimmings 2. IOD trimmings 2. So again, I won't be here tomorrow because Troy's lady is coming tomorrow at 1 o'clock, unfortunately, right at my time to go live. So I will be back here. I got all this clay dust on me. I will be back here on Thursday, though, which it will obviously be dry and ready to go. And then we can paint it and do all the glitter and decor and all that other stuff. But yeah, so I hope you guys, thank you. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your evening. And I will see you guys on Thursday, unfortunately, because we always do something good when it's like Friday or something where I have to wait a few days to get back to it. So anyways, and don't worry, I'm going to get those books down right now. So, alrighty, speaking of, alrighty, everybody, have a great rest of your evening, and I'll talk to you on Thursday. Talk to you later. Bye.